Karen Combs is known all over the country for her books, her fabric line, and her teaching techniques. But Karen, your greatest love is Quilt Illusions, and you've got some really great ideas for us on how to make a quilt that looks transparent. Now this project looks fairly intricate. Can a beginner do this?
You can. Yes, let me show you. We're going to start with a traditional quilt block like we see here, and the easier the better. Nothing hard, nothing with 100 pieces. You don't have to do that. But then we're going to take and add fabric. And let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to select 2 fabrics that you like to work with. It can be any 2, but keep them medium in value, similar in value like you see here. Well, then we're going to add the magic of transparency. And before I show you the magic, here's the quilt block so you can see how it's going to look. But what I do is I take a look at these 2 fabrics, and then I chose a darker value of one of the fabrics, like you see here. Here's the dark rose.
Okay, dark pink.
And you're going to lay it over top, because what I'm going to show you is there's the magic. Do you see how it looks like these 2 squares overlap, and you can actually see through them?
Wow, so are you saying that you can also do this with the blue? You could have used a darker blue on top of the blue to create that illusion?
Yes, and in one case it may look like the blue block is on top of the pink. In another case, it may look like the pinks on top of the blue. So you get to choose which and how.
And you could use that technique in the same quilt. You could use both ways, the blue and on top of the blue, or the pink on top of the pink.
Absolutely. It's going to give a different look, but a very intricate look, and only you know how easy it was. But let me show you. I always make a fabric mock-up whenever I'm doing this. And value is important, but so is texture. And often people say, oh, look what beautiful color, but they don't understand that value and texture are doing the work. Now I want to show you what the wrong texture does.
Okay.
See, what we have here, we have textures that look similar, the same leaf print. If I was to choose a fabric, while it's the same color, but it's a totally different texture, see how it's just busy, it mushes, it doesn't look good.
It doesn't have the same effect at all.
It doesn't, so we're letting texture do the work here by being similar.
Okay. Now tell me, is that the same technique that you used in this beautiful quilt you brought today?
It is. That quilt is made up of 9 blocks just like this. And what I've done is I've changed some of the colors in the blocks, but then I've also used these background spaces to create secondary designs like you see, and I'm letting the fabric do the work.
Now, how do you know what patterns create the illusion of depth?
Well, if you'll hand me those papers, I will show you. You're going to use easy blocks, like I said before, something easy. And here we have a traditional pinwheel block. And by adding a line, like you see here, that makes a transparent pinwheel, and that's where the magic is, right in there where you have the overlap. And when you add the fabric, there you go, there's the magic.
It's the simplicity that makes it work.
Absolutely. Just knowing where to put the right values and texture, and then color will get all the credit.
And you get a little, I hope.
That's right.
Well, what about this? Is this using that same technique?
It is. Now, this is a simple block, as you see here. It's a beautiful star. But look at how intricate it looks when we put transparency in it. And here we have, you see the lighter blue, the lighter red, and then we're using darker red, darker blue, and look at the layer of color. I just love looking at this. That's
a wonderful technique. It's a great twist on traditional patterns. Thanks so much, Karen.
You're welcome.
Check out this tip from our savvy quilter, Karen Combs.
You can take the guesswork out of fabric value when you use a value viewer tool. It works on all colors and textures of fabric.